Hey students, how are you all? Students, we see a variety of buildings in our city with different constructional designs. What is the first step to start a building? Bricks, right? In the same way, the bodies of all living organisms are made up of bricks-like structures called cells. In the previous class, you have already learned about cells and their structure. Let's see what more to learn in class 9 now. Now, me Bindu is ready to give you very good knowledge on the components of cells, about Robert Hooke, and how cells play the main role in building up an organism. Different types and kinds of cells in this part 1 video. Learning objectives. After watching this video, you could be able to identify and name different organelles present in the cell. Shapes, types, kinds, and you can easily differentiate prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms. Very interesting, right? Let's start with keywords. Prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell. Plasmolysis. Acetabularia. Mycoplasma jelly-septicum. Let's see the concept map on cell structure and function. Robert Hooke in the year 1665 helped us to get knowledge on cells. One day he observed the thin slice of cork which comes from the bark of a tree. He had noticed a cork resembled the structure of honeycomb, consisting of many little compartments, which means cell in Latin. He observed it under a self-designed microscope. He observed the cells like as in the picture under the microscope. Finally, he understood that each organism is made up of million cells, as you have seen in the tree. What is an organism? An organism is a distinct unit of life in the world. Living things have distinct parts internally and externally. Each part coordinates with each other and performs diverse functions, exhibiting different life activities. Any organism, for example, our human body is made up of many cells. How? Yes, a group of cells together forms tissues. A group of similar tissues forms an organ. A group of different organs like the brain, kidney, heart, lungs, liver, stomach, etc., as shown in the picture, form different organ systems like the nervous system, excretory system, circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, etc. Finally, all different organ systems combine to form an organism. Whereas in single cell organisms, a single cell has all the organelles and each organelle performs different functions. But why the cell is called as a structural and functional unit of life? The cell is the smallest unit of life and all living beings are made up of cells, so called as the structural unit of life. A cell is capable of carrying out all life processes such as nutrition, excretion, respiration, etc. So, called as the functional unit of life. Basically, cells are of two types: unicellular organisms with a single cell, example bacteria, protozoa, etc. Multicellular organisms with many cells, example fungi, human, etc. Do you think that all cells look alike and they perform similar functions? No. Let's see the different types of cells based on their shape, size and function. Each cell differs in structure like shape, size and function. Look at the picture. White blood cells help in protection. Red blood cells carry various things like oxygen, its nutrients, etc. In the blood vessels, platelets helps in clotting, egg cells and sperm cells play a main role in reproduction. Nerve cells help in the transformation of messages, etc. So, how does this function be performed? Simple, as the division of labor is seen in our community. Division of labor is also seen within a single cell. Specific components within the cell, known as cell organelles. The cell is able to live and perform all its functions because of these organelles. It is interesting to say that all cells are found to have the same organelles, no matter what their function is. You need to notice that prokaryotes differ from eukaryotes. Generally, prokaryotes are primitive organisms, example bacteria and cyanobacteria. Whereas eukaryotes are advanced organisms. Example, all organisms other than cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. They are generally small, like 1 to 10 micrometers, whereas eukaryotes are generally 5 to 100 micrometers. Nuclear region is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane and it is known as nucleoid. Whereas nuclear region is very well defined and surrounded by the nuclear membrane. Only a single chromosome is present, whereas eukaryotes have more chromosomes are present. Not even a single organelle inside the cell is surrounded by membrane, whereas in eukaryotes all the organelles are surrounded by a membrane. Recall, as the building is made with bricks, any organism is built up with cells. As the division of labor is seen in society, cells even segregate into different groups and perform different functions. Prokaryotes are primitively born and are not surrounded by any membrane, whereas eukaryotes are advanced and all the organelles in it surrounded by membrane. As the cell plays a main role in building its structure and performing all functions, it is called as structural and functional unit of life. I hope till here you understood very well. Let's see in the next part the minimum size of the cell and how cell behaves. It will be very interesting. Let's move on. Before going to that, let's go for the self-check.